And you could even get super crazy, you guys, and put another layer of aluminum foil on top of that. I couldn't tell you the last time I made muffins in this thing. Like, to be honest, I don't know. They charge a pretty penny to have somebody else whiz you up some guacamole. Hey guys, Whitney here, back for another Wellness Wednesday. I was just about to get started with some meal prep, and I know that we've already talked about and covered kind of like how I prepare for that in terms of like writing stuff out, what are we gonna have, making a shopping list, and staying kind of organized and keeping to the budget. But I realized I never talked about what are some of the like tools that I really enjoy using in the kitchen to make meal prepping kind of easy. So today, what I'm going to go over with you guys are my top 5 favorite kitchen gadgets that I like to use to keep meal prep pretty simple, easy, and fun. So aside from the fact that my kitchen table now looks like a page out of like a department store newspaper ad, like, here, come buy all of these amazing things, let's just jump into it, get started. So the first one is the crock pot. This should not come as a surprise to anyone that a crock pot makes meal prep super simple. You literally put it in there and leave it alone. You don't have to do anything. And in the winter time, this is so nice. Well, let's be honest, any time of year, this is so nice. Like, get up, put it in, turn it on. If you've got one of the fancy ones, you can like delay the start, or it only runs for a certain amount of time. That's great. They make ones that dang near like chop the food for you, I think. But anyway, it's so nice. You just put it in there, let it be, and when you get home, you have a no stress, no hassle, healthy, home cooked meal waiting for you for dinner. Like, how cool is that? And one of the things that I love to do that makes it super, super simple, and you're using it for 2 different things. Hold on, I have to grab something else to show you to go with this. It involves aluminum foil. I think we bought this from Sam's Club like 3 years ago, and it's still not gone. Like, this thing is like the never-ending roll of aluminum foil, but it comes in super handy during meal prep, making like foil packets in the oven. But I'm getting sidetracked with the aluminum foil. What I use it for in the crock pot is to create layers. So you can cook multiple things without them touching, without them mixing together and becoming one conglomeration of something delicious, I would assume. You can create layers and it cooks all of it. So you could put like your protein, or maybe like some chicken or some steaks in the bottom, and then do a layer of aluminum foil and put like maybe it's potatoes on top of that. Like, you sliced up some potatoes, add some seasoning. And you could even get super crazy, you guys, and put another layer of aluminum foil on top of that. And then maybe you've got like some veggies, whether it's some asparagus or peppers or onions or whatever. And now they're all cooking. Obviously the stuff at the top is going to cook a little bit less than the others. It's maybe not going to get as hot with all of the layers, but that's why you put the little delicate vegetables on top. But a crock pot is one of my absolute favorites. Let's move on to my second favorite item. Well, I don't know if these aren't really in any kind of order. I just love them all. Okay. Muffin tin. Muffin tin. I couldn't tell you the last time I made muffins in this thing. Like, to be honest, I don't know the last time I made muffins. What I do know, the last thing I made in here were scrambled eggs. I just whizzed them up in the blender and then poured them in and put them in the oven, and then popped them out. And it was about each one, this is a 12 count muffin tin, so about each one was about 1 egg. And that's how I meal prepped our breakfasts. These are awesome for anything that you would want to have like a miniature version of, or like a single serving of. Meatloaf is a really easy one to do in these, rather than like one big loaf that you're just like, I don't even know what to do with. You're eating meatloaf sandwiches for who knows how long. You can make like personal size little mini meatloaves, or it's fun for freezing like individual servings of things. So like I'll make a big serving of like rice pilaf, or mashed sweet potatoes, or sometimes with fruits. It's really fun too. But it's kind of like portioning out the foods that you want to have, and this makes it so simple. You can get really creative with a muffin tin and not make a single muffin, but they work great for muffins, cupcakes, whatever. But the next one I want to show you guys is, we'll just put that on the floor, is this like hand stick blender. So when I put it together like this, it probably looks familiar. You may have seen one of these before, but my mom and dad got me this one that is like detachable, and it has all of these attachments. There's even a whisk that goes on here if you wanted to use it. I don't really use the whisk that often. I like the workout from whisking myself, but this thing, you guys, is amazing. If you say you don't have a blender and you want to make a smoothie, give this bad boy a try. Or you're making a soup or a sauce. This is awesome. But the attachment that I use, I use this one pretty often. But the one I've been using lately, because I've been into making my own like sauces and salsas and things like that, is this little like miniature, what's it called? Cuisinart Smart Stick chopper grinder attachment, and it's like a little baby food processor. It has this little tiny blade on it that is sharp as heck. Be careful. I'd be lying if I said I haven't cut myself on this thing. But it's like this little baby food processor, and you just put the little thing on, and this stick handle goes on top just like so. And then when you push the button, it just like blends up, and it's so nice. Hummus, salsa, guacamole. I started making this new pesto that's literally an avocado, a bunch of basil, a few cloves of garlic, and some salt and pepper. I like to add some nutritional yeast to it just to give it a little more richness. Holy cow, you guys, this thing works like a breeze. Now don't get me wrong, it's not your like full-size, holy gosh darn it food processor, but it'll get the job done if you got some patience. So yeah, this is one of my favorite gadgets. That way, let me be honest, the reason why I love using this is so that I'm not going out and buying all of these prepared things. You know, convenience, it really adds up. It can cost a lot. So if you're getting like pre-made hummus, pre-made guacamole, pre-made salsa, pre-made like fancy insert dressing or sauce here, that adds up. But if you get the ingredients, you know what's going into it. You know exactly the ingredients and exactly what you're putting into your body. That right there is worth it, is worth the time of using something like this in itself. But B, or 2A, B, I don't know. I don't even remember what B was. You know the ingredients? Oh yeah, it saves you a ton of money when you're the one putting the ingredients in it, because they charge a pretty penny to have somebody else whiz you up some guacamole. So, yeah, this is a great investment. And by investment, I mean it was a wonderful gift. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Speaking of Mom and Dad, they're not going to believe me. Neither is my sister when I whip out this bad boy next. Because I will be 28 years old next month. And I can tell you the last time I enjoyed eating zucchini. You guys, I love to eat pretty much anything, except zucchini for the longest time. I don't care how you make it. I used to joke that the only way I like zucchini is with flour, butter, sugar, and chocolate. In chocolate zucchini cake. And now there's this running joke that somebody thinks I don't like chocolate zucchini cake, but I do. Anyway, I digress. What I'm trying to say is I have found a way that I like to eat zucchini. And in the Midwest, we eat a lot of zucchini. I don't know why. It grows like wild weeds in people's gardens, zucchini does. And I was always missing out. I'm like, I really want to like zucchini. Like, it's super easy. It's got all this stuff in it that's really good for you, blah, 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 blah. It's a veggie. Like, there's a vegetable out there that I don't eat. What do you mean? And then I jumped on the bandwagon. I put this off for years. This is not a new gadget, not a new item whatsoever. And I'm like, you know what? I literally, you guys, made it my mission this year to like eating zucchini. So I got one of these little doohickeys. It is a spiralizer. Now, you can get much fancier in the spiralizing world. But I was like, there is no way in heck I'm gonna go out and spend who knows how much money so that I could try to like a vegetable that I haven't liked for the last 28 years. $9.99. I can handle a $9.99 experiment to see if I like it. I eat about 2 or 3 zucchinis a week now. There's a thick side and a thin side. You can eat it cold, you can eat it warm. Jonah eats it. It's great. It's super fun in terms of like pasta, or I like to use it as the bed of like a salad instead of lettuce sometimes. It's so good, and all you do is you just like spin it in here and it turns into these little like noodly things, and they're really, really long and fun and exciting. And I don't know if it's the mission of wanting to like zucchini or if it's I'm actually enjoying it because it's fun and it tastes good, but I don't mind it. It tastes really good. Like, I'll eat zucchini now. I know, it's crazy. But these little things are so fun, and I would imagine if you had kids, they would love it. They would love to like make it themselves. That's the thing about kids, is to get them to eat healthier, let them cook with you. There's a reason my sister and I love to eat everything. We grew up in the kitchen with mom and dad, with grandma, cooking, like learning how and enjoying the process and figuring out what works and what doesn't. And if you want to teach somebody time management, you put them in a kitchen and have them follow a recipe or something. You've got to have time management, and it's fun. But yeah, back to the spiralizer. I love this thing. It's super fun. I literally got it at Walmart, $10. Like, super simple. Okay, the next thing I want to show you guys is my mandolin. And what this does is it creates sliced things. So if I were to take this zucchini and instead of spiralizing it, I could run it across the mandolin and it would make these little thin slices. And what's fun about this one is it's super compact, like the handle comes down and it fits into the drawer, super easy. But there's a button on this side that I can adjust like how thick or thin it is. And there's a second half to this that does little like julienne strips, so like skinny little thin strips. Super nice for like peppers, onions. I use it on cucumbers all the time. Like, get a cucumber, get the mandolin out, get you some cucumber slices, and you're good to go. For dessert, I love to make, what is it? Apple nachos. And I run the apple along the mandolin and makes like little skinny pieces of apple. You top it with some like peanut butter, honey, or nuts, or cinnamon, or coconut flake, or whatever you have, and you get some little like apple nachos. They're delicious. But when it comes to meal prep, this makes it super easy when you're wanting like a healthy snack, or if you're putting together some cucumbers. Cucumbers can get kind of funky if you pre-slice them. So I normally would take a cucumber, cut it in half, and put it in a like baggie or a container, and then that morning before I took it, I would get out the mandolin and slice it. And because it's this simple, you'll use it all the time. And even if you just used it for one thing, you probably won't, but it's super, super helpful. I should also mention it comes with this safety guard. I'm surprised I even still have this thing, to be honest. But that way you don't whack your knuckles or try and slice a finger off while you're using your mandolin, because you've got this guard that you can use, supposedly. I never use it. Okay, so those are my top 5 items in my kitchen gadgets that I love to use, but I had to add one more because I didn't realize how much I used this thing. I only use it for one thing, and that was kind of why I like didn't want to put it in here. Because it's nice when you have gadgets that you can use for like multiple things. I haven't figured out another use for this, so if you all know another use for one of these guys, please leave me a comment, let me know. But this is like a little apple slicer. I already had an apple today, so I'm not going to slice it up. But all you do, you line up the core in the middle, get it on your cutting board, and push it down, and you're done. Now you have apple slices, grab yourself some peanut butter, some almond butter, whatever, eat it by itself, it's great. And you literally just sliced an apple, boom, done. Like no mess, no knife, no nothing. Throw it away, rinse it off, throw it back in the drawer. Don't throw your apple away, throw the core away. It takes the core out for you. But yeah, super, super simple. So I'll go through, slice a bunch of these up, soak them in some lemon water, lemon juice water so they don't turn brown. And then each one makes, I think it's 8 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 pieces. So then I'll just grab some baggies, put eight apple slices, and there's your apple. And for Jonah and I, it's so simple to just grab it and go. So yeah, those are some of my favorite gadgets in the kitchen. I would love to know, what are your guys' favorite kitchen gadgets? What do you like to use? What helps make cooking a little bit easier, a little bit more fun, a little bit more enjoyable? And let me know. I'd love to hear. But until then, until next week, happy meal prepping to all of you, and let's make it an awesome, awesome week. Bye, guys. And no, I didn't just get it to say that I do it. I actually enjoy eating zucchini. What are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's not like my mandolin that I'm playing at a Renaissance festival or something like that. I don't even know if this is how you play a mandolin, to be honest. But this is a mandolin. And you literally just sliced an apple. Boom, done.